Hey, how y'all doing? Don't get confused. It's the same pretty face. It's your man Big L. Welcome to Raider Reactions Afternoon Drive with Big L. Yes, I know. It's a beautiful lid. It's in celebration. What's up, Big Tommy? I know this is making your eyes hurt, but you know what? I don't give a fuck. What's up, big homie? We here at Raider Reaction, not everybody agrees, but this is my time, so you're going to get me repping my city and both of my teams. The lid is nice, I know. What's up, Jim? This is beautiful because it reps the Dodgers and the Lakers. Kobe. The shirt is wonderful. It's a beautiful thing. Repping my Lakers. Yeah, I see. I already gave you that EOLA. But, see, the Raiders are still finally represented. It don't match, but it's beautiful. So how y'all doing out there today? It's afternoon drive. Hope y'all, matriculating your way home very comfortably and very nicely in on the East Coast, West Coast. I hope you're enjoying your lunch. So, what's popping? How's it doing? How's everybody doing? On this beautiful, that's right. That's right. It's going to be nothing but, and the thing is, even though it's the Las Vegas Raiders, we all know that LA is, what's up, Robert? LA is our second hometown. Kenny, what's cracking? So in real talk, LA will corner the market on the titles. We just need the Kings to step up. So we let Tampa have one. We taking the other three. LA, West Coast, West Side, whatever you want to call it. But let's dip into this Raider thing. So it's kind of interesting where it seems as though there's a whole lot of concern about all these other teams this week that have people popping up with COVID and people going home. That's right, Anthony. And, they have one player. What team was it? Where one offensive lineman tested positive for COVID and they sent everybody else home. So they're monitoring the situation. They better not cancel another game. They better not reschedule another game this year after the shit they pulled with us. They better not. Because if so, it's hypocrites. We got reason for all kinds of bitching and legal precedents because they ruined the whole reschedule and push games back thing with us. Because how are you going to cancel games? How are you going to reschedule games after you didn't do anything to accommodate us all week? How are you possibly going to accommodate another team after you didn't accommodate a team whose entire offensive line, you had an entire unit of your team shut down? It's Anthony. I'm not touching that. I mean, you can bitch about the financial situation. It ain't my fault. Tampa's owners don't have the bread to keep their players. That's an enterprise, isn't it? Big bank take little bank. Big bank took little bank. I'm from LA. He's not. He's not a Dodger fan. I am. We won. Take it. Keep moving. Thank you, Kenneth. Yes, thank you. Thank you. That's why I'm wearing it. Because it reps both of my teams. Well, both of my teams in those sports, because I'm ready to ride or die till I die. And then, that's the thing. They moved us up. They knew that we were handicapped regardless. Because, we got the offensive line back, but they didn't get to practice all week. They did their practicing virtually. And it wasn't virtual. Virtually, you're not practicing. You're not getting out there getting in the shit. So We were handicapped. And another thing, they took us out, they flexed us out of the marquee game of the week. If we were going to play, and they knew we were going to play, they knew they weren't going to cancel that game. So now this week, just the thing that got me tripping. You are going to punish the entire NFL fandom with the motherfucking Cowboys and the Eagles? Really? You gonna punish the entire country? Anything of all things, you're gonna punish the entire damn country with a game 7 weeks in, and combined the teams have 4 wins. Come on, man. Well, for that matter, throw us back in the primetime spot. We got ours taken, put it back. Nobody want to watch that shit. Hell, Brokeback fans don't even want to watch them get raped that hard. I mean, it don't make no sense. You know, and then for it just I don't want to make it a whole cussing situation, you know, because I mean I realize that we're raw and uncensored, but you know I'm not a Neanderthal. I'm not gonna just sit up and F-bomb and GD all over the place, even though I want to. You know what, Alec? Step away from your keyboard or step away from your phone for 5 minutes for that America's team bullshit. Yeah, that's no, damn it. That's bullshit. I mean, give us back the game. Hell, give anybody the game. Nobody want to watch that garbage. I mean, please. That's like watching shit come out of an asshole and drip into a toilet. That's yeah. Well, they did, but see, Tommy, when they did that, that made sense because those are 2 good teams. Okay, the Raiders weren't playing, but we watched the game because it was 2 good teams. I mean, honestly, I would rather watch 2 giraffes copulate than watch the Brokebacks and the Eagles. I would rather go to, you know, Lion Country Safari and go through there and try to catch 2 aardvarks getting it in than watch that game. It don't make no sense. You know, absolutely none. And then to have the punishment of not only watching the game, but to have Chris Cockingsworth be the color commentator. Come on. They're trying to induce suicide in the NFL with that. Who wants to watch that? Nobody. Keith Sweat said it best, but I ain't going to try to sing it because my throat's a little itchy. I was like, you know, I got about 6 hours of sleep the whole time I was in Vegas. Yes, and again, the lid is in dedication to all you haters out there that had issue with not only the Doyers, but the Lakers bringing home the title. So, and that's the thing, you know, yeah, but see, Dallas can have all the money in the world. They're idiots. You got Skeletor running the team into the ground, and you got his dumbass sons, Huey and Dewey, telling him what to do. It's like a fucking circus sideshow over there. They lucked into deep, you know, Deke Elliott. I'll combine their names because they got Dak, and that was luck. That was pure luck. Zeke was no brainer, but they paid him, and you see, since he got his check, he talking about feed me. What you mean, IV feed? Because your ass ain't picked up the spoon to eat nothing. So, hey, Nancy, that's right. That's because you know why? Because me and Jacob are connected. See, tell Jacob to give me my chant. Yeah. And see, and that's the thing, Ryan. He got that. Well, here's a guy from John Gruden. And I seen that heart fly up. Hey, baby, how you doing? How you doing? See, and that's the thing. I don't understand. I just don't understand the NFL and the way they choose dumb shit. You know. And then for us. So Arnett's off the injured list. Okay, but you were on the COVID list too, dumbass. Get on the field and get your game in. Practice. Do what you need to do. Handle your business. You're a rookie. You were doing good. And then I still don't understand how a thumb keeps a DB off the field. If you could catch, you'd have been a wide receiver. Go out there and earn your paper. Do your thing. Handle your business. Get your money. Or get gone. Get a cut. But the one thing you don't need to do no more is to put that tropical punch Kool-Aid in your hair. Because that was not. Having your hair bleed all over your damn jersey, that was embarrassing. That was embarrassing to me, especially when you was out there half-ass playing. Your hair can bleed wherever you want to, but handle your business. We got Abram back. Trent Brown, once again, we got him back. And, and you see how it's trickling down. Trent Brown's bullshit's trickling down into the team. You got Josh Jacobs talking about he's embarrassed. I mean, bruh, I understand you didn't get your desired yardage was. It has a lot more to do with other people than you. We know your heart. We know you have the heart of a lion. You ain't got nobody in front of you blocking for you. Then what's going to happen? They're doing their best, but the anchor of that core was out because he's selfish. Now, hopefully, the players are supporting him and getting on him and showing him what the fans have to say. Hey, Antoine, what's going on? What's up? Handle your business. Get out there and handle this business. You got people acting like, we're 3-10. We're 6 games in and we're 3-3. Could we be, 4-2 or 5-1? Yeah, but we're not. Realistically, we still got 10 games left in the season. We'll be okay because we have a favorable schedule. If we play like we played up to this point, if the defense tweaks just a little bit to the positive, we'll end up going 8-2. And 11-5 is going to get you in the playoffs. 10-6 will get you in the playoffs. So my thing is, calm down. But you can't tell you had an idiot. I wish, can somebody post that fool's name in here? Because I know the admins know who it was. The dumbass that was talking about we'd be 5-1 or 6-0 if Mariota was the quarterback. I mean, give me a fucking break. Really? Marcus Mariota? I'm not saying that Marcus Mariota would be, horrible, but he's not Derek Carr. And I'm not saying that Derek Carr is the be-all, the end-all. He's playing better than he has in the last 4 years. He's playing on the same level he played in 4 years ago. The biggest difference between 4 years ago and now, the offensive line remained intact all year up until week 12 when Penn had that Lisfranc injury and gave up the sack that broke his leg. So, yeah, that's the difference. And that's also why we ended that regular season, 12-4 or 11-5? But at that point, we were, 10-3 and handling business until what happened? The key offensive lineman got hurt. The line is way more. Lewis, what's going on, my man? Look, Gunther, I mean, that's low hanging fruit, bro. We all know Gunther got to go. I don't care what we're going to be making defensive adjustments. The only adjustment the defense needs is his ass out the damn door. No parting gifts. Your parting gifts is stealing money for the last 3 years. Get the fuck on. Go find something to do. Go coach your daughter's soccer team. Go do something. Be productive. Start a foundation. What your ass don't need to be doing is being responsible for a defensive scheme for an NFL team. Because your shit is played, it's old, it's predictable, and the minute, I mean, it's like it's a zone. And it's a bad zone coverage because they throw between it. Your linebackers come up, they throw behind them. Your linebackers stay back, they throw in front of them. You know, either the middle is open or the sidelines are open. Either way, decent quarterbacks pick them apart. Hall of Fame quarterbacks eat us alive. Tom Brady. And he had a decent offensive line, which means we didn't see him all day. And it's not the fact that we don't have decent defensive linemen. You run the same scheme, you get to double team the best linemen and take your chances with the other ones. That's what happened. That's why it was garbage. You know, I don't even know. But see, that's the thing, Ryan. I don't even know if Mariota's tradable. To be honest with you, who would take him? Because think about it. His resume is last year, those first 6 games before they pulled him. He was hot garbage. I mean, you got these people. Robert, what's going on, my man? It's just like, for me, it's funny. Oh, we got a tackle? They actually did do something? Oh, you talking about next year. Okay. I was like, okay, you almost got me excited. Damn you, Luis. And that's the thing. We can't, the season can be lost relying on a shitty defense. It can be lost because, the offense is capable. Again, I say, go look at the games, even with 20 points. Look at the games we could have won this week with just 20 points with a defense. And that's again, Ryan, there's my point. He was hot garbage in training camp. He wasn't good. I mean, the people that keep calling for Mariota are people that are still watching Oregon films. Every quarterback looks good in Oregon film. Do I need to go back to Joey Harrington, Joey Heisman? He was out of the league in 6 years. And he was like the number 2 or 3 pick. I mean, Joey Harrington's the reason why Matt Stafford is in Detroit. Another one. Well, Mariota. I mean, Herbert's from Oregon, but Herbert looks like the truth so far. Let's give him 3 years before we see whether or not he does whatever. But it was a system. Name a Chip Kelly quarterback that amounted to shit. Well, name a Chip Kelly anybody that amounted to shit other than offensive linemen. Do I think we're going to win this Sunday? Yes. Oh, damn, Alec, you get the bonus point. Okay, you can touch your keyboard again. Achilles Smith, the alpha fucking mule from Oregon. Oh, man. That dude couldn't hit the broadside of an elephant's ass from 3 yards with a bazooka. His arm was so weak. Well, his arm was strong. His aim was off. So, do I think we can win this week? Most definitely. We're going into Cleveland. We can, and you know what? We may have another reaction, situation there because Mandy might be going to that game. So, hey, or Raiderettes in Sister East. she may be going. Jeremiah Masoli. Raider Chris, break your thumbs. Break your thumbs. We're talking about people that actually got to the league. We're not talking about Canadian football All-Americans. So it's like, because we all know that Baker Mayfield can be rattled. He has been rattled. He's played like a second-string quarterback minus 2 games this year. What does our defense need to be better this weekend? A different scheme. We need to put pressure on Baker Mayfield, and to me, mix in the zone. When you play zone the entire fucking game, they'll adjust to it. They're going to come into the game knowing what defense we're going to play because we stay in it. We don't alter it. We don't vary it. Even when we blitz, it's the same zone defense. That's why quarterback don't need to check down. A quarterback doesn't need to, audible or anything because they know their reads. It's like, okay, he's here. You go in motion, even if we go in motion or not. You notice rarely does anybody go in motion against us. They don't need to. They go in motion when they're going to hand the ball off on a receiver sweep. They don't need to go in motion against us. They already know what's going to happen. And then if you blitz, you just throw behind the blitzer because nothing's going to be there. Linebacker blitz, hit the cross. Corner blitz, hit somebody right behind him. Because our defense is so ass backwards and stupid, the open man is right behind whoever's blitzing. And that's, the only quarterbacks that we've, not had a horrible night against. Drew Brees. Drew Brees is short. So once you stood the offensive lineman up, Drew had to move around, and we had a good pass rush that night. Mahomes, look, it was the Queefs. So we were just on fire that night. We were just on fire that day, and we handled business. The games we lost. Cam, horrible tackling. They ran for over 250 yards against us. That was Abrams' wake-up call. You can't kill everybody. You got to tackle first. I still don't know how we lost that game. I mean, that was probably the most frustrating game to watch. We lost to the Succaneers. Again, predictable defense, we got picked apart. Absolutely 100%. We got dissected by bitch Brady. So that's hard to really, talk shit about because, and you can't blame the DBs because you notice DB, he threw the cover. He was throwing, Brady was on. His touchdown passes were to covered receivers. 3 out of the 4 touchdown passes, the receiver was covered. It was just a great pass. Then the one was a busted play, but it was a zone, so nobody followed that receiver all the way across the field. And there were 2 players covering one guy at the side of the zone. So that's the way that popped, and the guy snuck behind him and had to make a great catch. But nonetheless, he was there. And so the reality of it is the bullshit zone defense is what's killing us. You can generate a pass rush with variety. Okay? Bottom line. You don't have to get there. You just have to get close to most quarterbacks. And then, and that's exactly what happened. Because Abram wasn't breaking down, Burkhead's little and quick. Once he got out there to him, he just cut back. He cut left, cut right, whatever. He made Abram look stupid. And that was Jonathan Abrams' welcome to the NFL moment. Because what we need to really remember, Jonathan Abram is really a rookie. He played 1 game last year and was on the bench. So this is his first time playing the variety of talents in the that the NFL offers. Last time he played a full season, he was a safety at Mississippi State. Now this is the first time he's playing the cream of the crop. He's playing the first play. This is his first time playing against players of this level, this caliber for this long. So as hard as we were on him that week, because I was right there with him. I was right there with all of y'all. He's learning. He's learning. And obviously, as you see, his learning curve is very, very, very minimal because he's doing way better. After that Patriot game, how many times has he gotten shook? If he's gotten he hadn't been shaken more than 5 times. He got shook more than 10 times in that game alone. And so, do I think Abram has held it down since? Our best DB right now is Trayvon Mullen. Do I think they can hold it down? Yeah. A big bonus is Odell not being there, not because he was going to have a breakout superstar type game, but because it helps us to be able to not have that piece of the puzzle to worry about. Now you have Njoku, you have Jarvis Landry, Kareem Hunt is no joke. They have like Kareem Hunt, Duke Johnson. No, not Duke Johnson. He's in Houston now. But they have like we have to focus on the running game. We have to force Baker Mayfield to beat us. Because if they can run the ball, it's a wrap. Well, I mean, the thing is, don't forget, Higgins is not Odell. And the thing is, Landry is going to get used more. What's going on, Miguel? Fresno in the building. But the thing, that's the big key for me with this game. Cleveland's front seven, again, they got a couple of monsters on that D-line. Trent back, it neutralizes the right side. The right side is on lock. If Trent Brown is back, Gabe Jackson, Trent Brown, you ain't getting through that right side. The gate to Derek in that game, in the Cleveland game, once again will be through Colton Miller, who is playing way better. Way, way, way better. So that could be, a big thing because that's going to open up our running game as long as we vary the plays. Renfro's our safety valve. When all else fails, Renfro's going to be in the slot handling business. We have Edwards back. Aguilar has turned out to be, that blessing in disguise. We got Ruggs, so we'll be able to stretch the D. How about doing to other teams what other teams do to us? How about beating up that middle? We got Waller. We got Moreau. We got Witten. We go too deep at every spot again, where before, when all the receivers were out, we had Aguilar. We went too deep there because we had Aguilar and Renfro. We just didn't plan to have Aguilar on the level that he was at. So, really, our defense is hot mess. And as far as receivers go, I just got this wild hair in my thoughts right quick because I'm watching something's on the screen right now. They're talking about Antonio Clown. All bullshit aside, phenomenal receiver. And as much as I hate to say it, he may end up in the Hall. But, future? Think about it. Tampa has a plethora of wide receivers. We may be able to pluck one of them in the future. One may get thrown up on the block. You never know. But meanwhile, back to us. Who's going to have a better game, the receivers or Jacobs? I hope they cancel each other out and they both have that receiving core has phenomenal games and Jacobs does what, Josh does. And I should be watching the game with Josh's dad again this weekend since I'm not going anywhere. So, and yeah, I mean, Ruggs has to get involved more. I mean, come on. He doesn't have to just constantly run deep. He's our deep threat, but we have other receivers. I mean, hell, Nelson Aguilar can get deep, and not just with pure speed, but with technique and skill. But Ruggs is the biggest threat that we have, and just the threat of him going by people commands that the safety come over the top. There's nothing wrong with throwing behind that. He's going to create a space. No matter where Henry Ruggs goes, there's going to be a big gap behind him because he's going to command, because of his speed, he's going to command double coverage. And even with, Pro Bowl quality DBs on him, he's beaten them in the straight line. So throwing behind him, throwing underneath him, sending him across, crossing patterns where they crisscross, they're going to follow Ruggs. The key to all of it is Carr having the time to throw the ball. Carr having time to throw the ball. That's the key to it. And Carr's proven he's not a punk. He's not going to sit back there and just get hit. He will run. He will come out. And he has thrown the ball on the run. And that's the thing. Mike, you know what? I honestly feel like there are more plays in that playbook. Gruden gets in a groove and just calls, or Anderson, whoever, the OC, whoever's calling the plays, they call their favorite plays. You need to get outside of the box, because I know this from history of playing. When you call the same plays, not only do the coaches, but the players will go rogue on defense, because they will recognize by whatever position you're in, from the formation, players will recognize what's going to happen, and they will go rogue and act on it because they're on the field. Is that a lack of discipline? Yeah. But the reality of it is if you guess right, guess who's going to get all the praise? And when it's blatantly obvious, that's how people end up getting them big money contracts. Instinct. Because you look damn good when you just happen to be in the right place at the right time. And primarily it's because the offense told on themselves. You make your D coordinator look damn good when you're out on the field and you have an instinctive intuition based on what you see instead of what you're told to do. Because the coaches can coach all they want to. You're on the field playing. And when you see a certain formation, then you look at the eyes of the person that the ball's going to, and you see something's up, him and the quarterback communicating, you act on it. That's how those reverses get blown up. That's how certain running plays get blown up. That's how trick plays get blown up. Players key on certain things. There's a tell on everything. As linemen, we looked at people's feet. We looked at people's hands. We looked at people's hips. You could tell when there was a pass about to happen. Stances are different. Very little subtle things. Runs coming. Hand is buried in the ground so they can launch. Just little stuff that not everybody sees. And the thing is, I don't mind if he wants to run the ball when it's successful, but you got to be willing to abandon that. You got to be willing to allow the pass to set up the run, and vice versa. Look, it depends on how much time he gets, Larry. It depends on how much time he gets. If he gets the time, we'll kill him. We'll pick him apart. We'll do whatever needs to be done. It'll happen. He's got the weapons. Yes, he does have the weapons, and he knows how to do it. The only thing that has predicated him not being able to do it was his fear of his leg before, one. Two, shitty offensive scheme. Remember, this is the first time in his career that he's had the same OC for more than 1 year. And this is what, his second or third year with this OC? And it shows because he's gotten more confidence, he's gotten better, and he's playing like the old car. So I'm cool with it. I think he's going to do phenomenal. It just depends on the O-line giving him the time to let the receivers get deep. If the receivers get the opportunity to run their patterns, we're going to kill Cleveland. We're gonna have a good come up, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. You know, so that's that real because they don't play. Our defense is the key to this victory. Our defense is the key. If our defense can hold water, we'll win. If our defense does what our defense has been doing, we're going to need to score 40 points. And we know our offense has 40 points in them. It's just that, does Cleveland's defense have 40 points that they're willing to give us? I mean, we can take the 40, but it's just a college football game. You know, that's you don't get by in the NFL playing college football because the players are too good. See, and again, I say it again, Charles. The reason our game was shut down was because the O-line was out of balance. The O-line didn't get to practice. Trent wasn't there at all, and that had an impact all the way across the line. The backups played way more than normal this past game. So, and that was due to the fact that they're the ones that practiced. So, my thing is this here. It's Thursday, so I have to say something about the game. And I've said stuff about the game. I think that, seriously, we should get back to a decent run game. I'd say Josh goes for between 80 and 110. Carl throw for about 275 to 350. A couple of touchdowns. Josh will get at least one touchdown. I say we score 28 to 35 points and we come out with a win because that's what should happen. Our defense just needs to hold up. But I tell y'all what, that's what I had to say this week. Raider win. Don't forget, tonight, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, our resident midget, Prime, he's going to be there to answer all of your fantasy questions before the kickoff of tonight's game on Prime's Fantasy Island. Check that out right here on Raider Reaction. And then coming after that at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific will be the commish. I don't remember. I think it goes to the post tonight. I'm not positive. But anyway, the commish will be on handling his business. And maybe you can ask him, why is he so salty about the Lakers and Los Dodgers? So, I love y'all. Stay safe out there. If you're on the East Coast, I hope I got you home. If you're on the West Coast, get back to work. Y'all got 2-3 hours left, something like that. I hope I brightened your day. Actually, I know I brightened your day because this Lakers shirt is slapping. Look at that. Look at it. All this glory. Look. Ain't it pretty? And the hat matches. I coordinate. That's how it works in here. Never mind the silver and black flannel. So, anyway, I love y'all. And as we say here at the Raider Reaction, it's all about peace. We got to keep the peace. Love, because we love y'all. I love doing this. I love doing it for you. And, last and not least, it's all about that motherfucking nation. West Side, I'm out.